No One Will Save You is a new alien invasion movie from writer-director Brian Duffield. This seems to have come just about out of nowhere. I mean, it is straight to streaming on Hulu in the States, and here in Canada it's on Disney Plus Star. And yeah, I mean, there wasn't too much precursor to this. Like, I think maybe like when they had those, hearings about UFOs being like declassified and stuff like that. I think around then they decided to drop a trailer for it, so that was kind of good press for it. And, hey, there's this alien movie coming to streaming pretty soon. So it got its kind of good early start, a strong early start to spooky movie season, late September. And it really seemed to catch on. I mean, a lot of people were saying very positive things about it. We had big names in kind of the similar field of genre, like Stephen King, Guillermo del Toro, raving about the movie. So I mean, I had to check it out. And that stuff's kind of right up my alley. Since it is so new, I'll kind of keep it light on spoilers. But one of the main things to talk about with this movie, kind of one of the aspects that people will either be praising or kind of poking little holes into, is the fact that there's no dialogue in this movie, at least no discernible dialogue. So it's all kind of playing out as if it's this silent film, so to speak, with no actual lines from the actors. So it all plays out that way. And I mean, immediately you're going to kind of think a little bit, at least, of A Quiet Place, right? Where that also is one of those tense alien invasion movies where the characters are kind of quietly running away or creeping away from the alien invaders. But it's definitely different enough for like not to really be that big of an issue. The alien creatures are much different in this one. They're more of the classic design, which is kind of cool. It is kind of an interesting thing how they can make those types of aliens scary this day and age. But there's a few surprises with them, which I liked. And there's no real like specific in movie reason for there to be silence from the actors. It's a decision that they've made creatively here, and I think it works well. I think it works for the most part pretty effectively within the movie. And so we basically have the main character, Bryn, played by Caitlin Dever, who's living in this house, middle of nowhere, and we see a little bit of her. She seems like she's a little bit of an outsider within her town, a little bit. Like we see her interactions with people, and something seems a little bit off. And it would turn out that she has kind of a deep, dark secret that slowly unravels. But what gets the plot going is that there is this invasion. There's an alien ship that comes to her house, and she's pursued by these alien creatures. And I mean, that's essentially all you really need to know about the movie, I guess. But it does it well. It does tense scenes well. Creating suspense, but when it ultimately or inevitably has like a jump scare here and there, I think it's earned pretty well. Like it's very tactful, very considerate of how to go about these types of scenes, where it doesn't really overdo it. You hate to kind of see like jump scare after jump scare after jump scare. It doesn't do that. It's more clever in its composition of its scenes than resorting to that kind of gimmick. And there's just kind of like unpredictable things that kind of go about. Like again, not too much on spoilers here, but you kind of think maybe this is all going to take place in one night, but it actually doesn't, and it does move locations from time to time. Though the house is where we'll spend most of the movie. I'd say good. Let's say 75% of it, and really, I mean, what kind of keeps you engaged, other than the fear element, other than the suspense and cool, creepy alien creature kind of stuff, is this character, Bryn, where you do kind of want to know what's going on, and that, it's revealed kind of a little bit at a time, where you kind of get, like, eventually you get an idea of, like, okay, I think I know what the deal is. And if you do, you are probably right, but you probably wouldn't get the specifics of it. Like, when it finally does get revealed, like, as a whole, you're kind of like, oh, well, I mean, I guess it's kind of, I wasn't quite expecting it that way, but okay, fine. So it does that. And it's very strong in its lead performance. Like, Caitlin Dever, she's great. I mean, she's been in other things. I mean, I guess you'd call her more of like an up and coming actress. This is a great performance. It all kind of hinges on her and how she reacts to this sci-fi world around her, and how we react to that, and how we engage with her. So she does, an incredible job. She was great, absolutely great. And you're stuck with her for the whole movie. So let's kind of hope so. And maybe here and there you'll kind of think, oh, well, I mean, okay, we get it. She's running around. This fucking alien's chasing her. All right, can we kind of move it along? And just when it's getting a little too much, it moves on to other different things, which I appreciate. So yeah, it's a quick movie. It's an hour and 30 minutes, so it doesn't overstay its welcome in any kind of way. And there are quite a few parts to it, like at the end, where you kind of think, well, they could probably end this in more of an ambiguous way, and it would, like, leave you feeling spooked and scared, and left to wonder what happened. But it rises above that. It does reach, I'd say, a very satisfying conclusion, where there definitely is still room to kind of think to yourself about what exactly is going on. Like, you kind of do wonder, like, is this whole event, is this something new? Or is this something that has been always taking place, and it's really all kind of about the character and their world, and how they perceive themselves within the world, and maybe something like an anniversary is setting it off, and has them thinking badly of themselves, and the world around them reacts badly, and does a fine tuning of somehow need to be made. So you kind of think about stuff like that, and you kind of think about what decisions this character has made. Where is she really in control? And if she is in control, why? And fun stuff like that. So I mean, it leaves you a little bit with a little bit of a head scratcher, but very, very satisfying in its conclusion, and just generally good alien stuff. Like, again, it's the general alien design that we all kind of know. Little green men, or rather, little gray men, I guess. They are CGI creations, and that allows for some, obviously inhuman movements, and kind of unpredictable ways that they present themselves. Let's say that. And cool sound effects, like cool, alien alien kind of noises. I don't know. So there's good stuff. So definitely it's gained popularity for good reasons. I would say very confidently, had this been released, or had I watched this, say, when I was like 10 years old or something like that, it would have easily given me nightmares for weeks and weeks. I wouldn't have been able to sleep, and I'm sure it's scaring a lot of people all over the world right now, which is great. Which is a good thing, in that, I mean, I suppose it's a PG-13 or 14A classified movie. It's not, obviously there's no swear words, and no real, like, gore or anything. There's some stuff that's a little freaky, but nothing that I would say is too intense, other than just generally the subject matter itself, which is a scary tale that unfolds about this alien invasion, which it's great. And it's great that filmmakers kind of take these risks and do something a little bit different, with a fairly tried and true idea of the alien creature concept. Put a little personability on it, a little spin on it, with the no dialogue aspects, and come up with something special, something memorable. So I really liked it. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Hopefully this was as spoiler-free as possible, but absolutely a movie to give a warm welcome to within spooky movie season. So that's my review. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be doing more horror movie reviews throughout the month of October. Stay tuned for more throughout 31 Days of Horror here on the channel. Be sure to comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, I'll see you later, and stay scared.